Hi, I'm Jeremy Fisher, and this is part 7 in this series. See the links in the description for parts 1 through 6. Please like and subscribe to get more videos like this. In this lesson, we're going to talk about sus chords, and in the intro, I played something very similar to the break in Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. So we're going to start on the D chord. Let's take our D major chord. And I won't get too deep into the anatomy of this chord, but what I want you to know is that our middle finger here, which is on the 2nd fret of the 1st string, that is a note in the chord that can be referred to as the 3rd. And the 3rd just means the 3rd note in a D major scale, or the 3rd note above the root. So if you were doing a D major scale, 1, 2, 3, that would be your 3rd note, and that makes up part of the chord. So what if we take that 3rd note and we drop it down to the 2nd note? We get a different sound, and we get a different chord that's called a D sus2. It has no 3rd in it, so it's different than a D major. And then you've probably guessed that we can also raise up that 3rd note by 1, and we'll get the 4. So this is a D sus4. D, D sus2, D, D sus4. And it's a really pretty sound to use them in combination with one another. Now, we'll also look at the A major chord, and let's play it with 3 fingers. We can do the exact same thing, and in fact, the makeup of this chord, our highest fretted note on the A is the 3rd of the A chord as well. So we can drop that down to the 2nd by just taking off our ring finger. That's our A sus2. And then we can go back to the A, and then we can also go up to the 4, and we get that sound. And I don't think there's a better illustration of the D sus2, D sus4, and A sus2, A sus4 than Bryan Adams' Summer of '69. So let's do a simplified version of that. It goes D sus2, D, D sus4, D, D sus2, D. And then the same pattern on the A. D, A sus2, A sus4, A, and let's speed it up just a little bit. And then we'll put a little bit of the rhythm into it, okay? Still moving slow. Okay, let's stay moving slow, but we're gonna go into the rhythm of the song, and we're gonna do a simple down, up, strumming pattern. So it looks like this. may have noticed that sometimes the accents and the chord changes happen on the upstroke, and that can be a little bit of an adjustment for your brain. But if you work it out and know where those changes are going to come and can anticipate them, that'll make it easier to hit them. And I promise, once you get the feeling of changing the chords to become second nature, you can speed it up and it will start to flow nicely. So let's get it right up to tempo using that strumming pattern, and you can play along. It sounds like this. All right, that might feel like a lot for this lesson, and if that's the case for you, don't be afraid to take a couple steps back and focus on one thing at a time. Maybe that is memorizing the chord shapes. Maybe that is working on smooth transitions between the sus2, the major chord, and the sus4 shape. Or maybe it's working on the strumming pattern and those accents. Just go slow, take it one thing at a time, and try to put in that 10 minutes a day of practice. I'm Jeremy Fisher, and I'll see you back here soon for another music lesson. If you're looking for more tutorials with chord shapes and tabs, or if you want to connect with me personally, please visit patreon.com/JeremyFisherMusic.